Good morning, UCJCI, and welcome to day 3 of Holy Week 2026 as we launch into the deep and journey to the cross. Now, today we look at Jesus' words in John 2 verse 19, which reads, Jesus answered and said unto them, Destroy this temple, and in 3 days I will raise it up. Now, we know that Jesus wasn't speaking about the physical temple where they worshipped. Rather, he was referring to his body that would be beaten, battered, bruised, and eventually nailed to a cross by the very same people he came to save. But the story didn't end there. He rose after 3 days, conquering both death and the grave. And oh, what triumph! Oh, what a victory! But how does that apply to us as young people today? Well, Romans 8:17 reminds us that we are joint heirs with Christ. This means just as he endured hardships and trials, we too will face our own challenges. But after the suffering comes glory, after the struggle comes purpose, and after the breaking comes restoration. And while we may not be whipped or nailed to a cross, we face our own battles. Sometimes it's the quiet struggles that nobody else sees. The pressure to fit in, the fight to stand firm in our beliefs, the battles that exist in our minds, the feelings of hopelessness, not being enough, being laughed at for choosing God over popularity, and sometimes just feeling lost. But here's what we must remember. We are not a lost generation. We are a chosen generation. Jesus promised he would never leave us nor forsake us, and the very same power that raised him from the dead is the same power working within us today. And maybe that's why the enemy fights young people so hard. It's because he knows how much potential God has placed inside of us. But God is not finished with this generation. In fact, he is calling us to a revival. Not just revival in our church services, but revival in our schools, or friend groups, in our homes, and in our hearts. God is raising up young people who are not ashamed to stand for him. Young people who will choose purpose over pressure, and young people who will carry his light into the dark places. We are not just the church of tomorrow. We are the church of right now. We are not too young to be used by God, not too small to make a difference, and not too broken to be restored. And yes, sometimes it does feel like life is tearing us down. Sometimes words, situations, and disappointments try to destroy our confidence, our faith, and even our identity. But God specializes in rebuilding what seems broken. So even when people try to tear us down with their words, we look forward to the restoration. And even when we feel spiritually dry, we look forward to the revival. And of course, when we feel weak, we remember that renewal comes through the Holy Spirit if we endure. So maybe the real question today is this: will we allow God to revive us so that he can use us? Let's think on this. And that's it for today, but join us tomorrow for day 4 of Holy Week as we continue this journey. Have a blessed rest of your day.